Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back to do a not a review this time. This time we are doing our thoughts and opinions on the rumored cast list for All-Star Season 3. Season 38 doesn't start filming yet, but they have some rumors for All-Stars of who will be a part of the cast. So we're just gonna go over it. The players that they have listed. Okay. So we're gonna start with the ladies. So the first one we have here is Cynthia Roberts. So her last appearance was on Battle of the Sexes 2. So I don't know much about Cynthia Roberts.
Looking on here, it says she's been to one final and she's been to, it says she got a final and a win under her belt. So, she was the winner of World Rules All Stars.
Okay, I think they need to bring Road Rules back. I wouldn't mind a Road Rules show, but because you got to. But the thing about that is, back then I think it was more because they was recruiting from colleges, so they would have to go back and do that. Now it might be more rules on stuff like that, and more like requirements of students and take. Was they doing this during the summertime?
I
Was
think
it?
so. Plus,
Okay, I'm like, was this their summer break? The next woman competitor we have is Jimmy. We saw Jimmy last on All-Star Season 1. She did not appear in last season, but she was on the first season of All-Star, and she made it pretty far. Jimmy's always a good like social player, political player. So
she's come in third place on Rivals 2, and she came in third on All Stars 1. So she does have, and plus, I think her All Star game was pretty spot on. She is a very much social player and a political player. Like Jimmy is not the one to play with, and she's been getting like physically fit. So I think she's one to watch. I think her and Janae thrive in All Stars, the All Star environment.
So next we have the reigning All-Star champ that will be coming back, Janae. She won with her partner MJ on this past season of All-Star Season 2. So what do you think about Janae coming back directly after a win?
That's my girl. I'm always rooting for Janae. I've been rooting for her since her endurance days. So me and Janae, we go back. But again, I think, like I said with Jimmy, she thrives in All Stars. Her political game, well, not necessarily political, her social game, and I think we saw a little political game this year. But and plus, she's competed like this season, like All Stars 2. She really showed that she was actually a competitor. Definitely, if she has like the right partner, because we saw in the past, like she even said, her partners have always dragged her down because they always felt like she wasn't good enough. So I think now that she's in a headspace and she got that win under her belt, she's gonna be a threat because people gonna watch out for her, and I'm pretty sure they're not gonna let her slide. But still, that's my girl, and
Yeah, I'm about to say Janae previously, I think when you're playing the game and you somebody you don't consider a threat or whatever, you'll let them like get by. It's like not in a rush to take them out. But now she has won, so it's kind of like people might be gunning straight for her because when they had stuff like Derail, we know Derail has won several times. And when they're like, oh, people we need to get out, a lot of the guys will be like, I don't want to run a final with Derail. I want to make sure he's gone. So they might be looking at Janae that way this year with the women, like, time to get her out, which I mean, fair enough. You're a champion now. That's what happened. The champions have to try harder to stay in the game. Well, sometimes it's both. Sometimes champions have to fight harder to stay in the game, or sometimes it's super easy for them because everybody is scared. Like in the choices in the case of like CT, they're scared to do it. But a champion, like I'm trying to think of a champion like Amber, she won and let's get her out. Okay, so the next competitor we have is Kayla. Now we haven't seen Kayla in a while. I think we haven't seen Kayla since Total Madness. No, Total Madness. Let me make sure. Yeah, Total Madness. So her highest like achievement within the challenge is she was third place on Vendettas. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. So she was third place on Vendettas. That's her highest finish. Kayla, I mostly see her now currently on like social media. I think she lives in the UK now. And so I would be excited to see Kayla. I mean, I like Kayla. I've always liked Kayla. Wasn't she? No, she wasn't. Was she part of the Lavender Ladies? Or she was part of a group that had a name?
She's part of the Unholy Trinity or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember. Yes. So I like Kayla. I don't think she was ever like a super top competitor, but she was never like at the bottom. I think she always did fairly well.
Yeah. Looking off here, her daily wins. She has a record of 7 daily wins. I don't know if they put in the spinoff information on there, but in her elimination record is 4-2. So she's a competitor, but I feel like she also let personal stuff get to her.
Well, I like Kayla and I hope she does well. So let's go on to our next competitor, which is Kellyanne. Now, again, this is rumored, but if Kellyanne is there, I am super happy because I like Kellyanne and I think she did so good season 1. Her and Kendall were like front runners season 1 for the women. And that's who I will probably be rooting for because I think as far as all stars are concerned, Kellyanne to me deserves a win. So yeah, I'm here for her.
Yeah, I second that. She came in second on the Ruins. She came in second on All Stars 1. Her elimination record is 5-3 in her regular season. She didn't see elimination in All Stars. Her political game is A1. And I feel like, again, she's a physical threat. And a lot of people are going to be scared of her. And I think that's going to play into her advantage.
Yeah, Kellyanne only problem has really like well, our all star she did pretty well, but it seems like generally when it comes to like the social situation, she's always in the like the minority group. The
Yeah.
group is not running the house, and somehow she always ends up in that pack, and and that those are the people that historically get taken out. And whether she was good or not, if you keep getting thrown into elimination, you're gonna get out. So I'm hoping somehow, some way she go in there and schmooze the right people so she can, be good as far as social standing is concerned because I want Kellyanne to make it. I want her to get a win. So the next person we have is Kendall. Kendall coming back, I would like that too. I like Kendall. We last saw her on this past season of All Stars 2. She left because of an injury to her back. Was that correct?
I think it was like her ribs or one. I think
Yep.
Janelle had the back pain.
Oh, Janelle, yeah. Well, Kendall had some type of injury where she could not compete, and so she was like DQ'd. So I never really like people to be DQ'd for like stuff like that. So she deserved a chance to come back. She was eating both All Star season. She left stuff because of stuff that had nothing to do with what she could help. Season 1, she was so good that Nehemiah picked her and got her eliminated. And then this season, she hurt herself, so she had to leave. So she needs a fair shot. And All Stars take better care of these players so they don't be hurting themselves.
Yeah, and like I said, her daily win record is immaculate. Her elimination record is immaculate. Like her and Kellyanne again are like the top 2 females, and Johnny is a sleeper agent, but those are my girls.
Yeah, Kendall and Kellyanne are like on the same boat to me. Neither one, they don't end up in the majority alliances. Kendall, I mean maybe she's just not as like outgoing, so maybe she don't. That's why she don't make uh the best of friends with the people that are controlling the votes, and that leads those people to always go straight for her. She's like the first name out of people's mouths when they're talking about which woman to eliminate. So I need her to like I don't know, be more like be more of a social butterfly so she could make these finals, even though I'm sure she can make it on her own merit. But again, you never know the format, just like season 1 of All Stars, the format, you don't know if somebody's just gonna choose you and if they don't like you, everybody's gonna be rooting against you. So next we have Melinda. If I wasn't already trying to get Kellyanne to win, if I wasn't already on the Kellyanne bandwagon, Melinda is definitely my second choice for the women winners. I really want Melinda to have a win as well because I like her so much and she's fun. She's good for TV. She's fun. She don't really seem to care what the other people in the house think, and she is also a good competitor. So
she's another one who thrives in All Stars. I do like Melinda, but I wouldn't say that she's on my I didn't really like the whole King's Palace besides Tech. So outside of that,
What?
yeah, I wasn't.
The King's Palace was so good. I liked all of them.
Like I
And
said, the only one I really rock with is Tech. That's my
I
boy.
mean, Tech is he brings the party. I love Tech. He's the main King's Palace person. But I liked all of them as a whole. They were if the King's Palace wasn't there, season 2 would have been so boring. Like
that, but then you got people like Ayana who was just doing the most.
Ayana wasn't a part of King's Palace.
She was by a part by association. Once the
Yeah.
house turned on her, they brought her in, just like they brought Jasmine in. Also, Jasmine never needs to do another season. Oh no, no shade, no tea.
Not even, she didn't even say nothing. She didn't even part of that.
I'm just saying because thinking about the King Palace is just like, yeah, Jasmine just don't need to do another season. Like,
Don't be speaking ill on the King's Palace, okay? See, King's season 2 is the King's Palace, okay? It should have been called All Star Season 2: the King's Palace because that was the only thing that was
the King's Palace for Tech only. But yeah, I don't have any ill will against Melinda, but she's just not my lady to win.
Okay. So next we have Nia Moore. We haven't seen Nia since Battle of the Exes 2. Nia allegedly or rumored to be like semi-banned from the main season of the challenge, but if those rumors are true, she apparently might not be banned from All Stars. So she is rumored to come back. Nia, from what I remember, she's a pretty tough, yeah, she's a pretty tough competitor. It was so long ago. I need to go back and watch some like videos just to refresh my memory on Nia, but I do remember her being strong. Wasn't she partnered with Leroy at one point?
Yeah, for Battle of the Exes. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
so
I'm excited. Go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say, she was just a beast. She's another physical competitor. Her political game, because Hurricane Nia or whatever. But yeah, I think she's gonna be one to watch too.
Yeah.
And
So
where's
yeah, I'm excited to see
everybody black.
it. I'm gonna go back and watch some clips of her because I can't remember. I remember her being strong, but I can't really remember because there's been so many like strong competitors. I don't really remember everything about like her gameplay. Then we have Ronnie Martin. This might be this is not this might be this is somebody I also am not as familiar with, but I think this is a winner. Yes.
Yes, she's a two-time champ. Her daily wins are 12. She has never seen an elimination. And she's the only woman to have competed on multiple seasons and won every time.
Okay, Ronnie. Okay,
Based off her stats, I'm already like, this that girl.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to do like a Jody thing because Jody was like the first female winner. She was like tough all up until it was time for the final, and they like literally just boom. So I hope that if she is on this season, that they don't give her that same edit like where she's this beast, and then like right at the last minute, just by chance.
So next we have Sylvia. Now Sylvia is part of the Lavender Ladies. Yeah.
What's the same Sylvia from
Sylvia, the one that faked when Cam had her plot and she fake cried. So we last saw
this picture doesn't look.
She looked a little different, but no, that looks like her. But the last time we saw Sylvia was in Final Reckoning when they had that. I think that was when they had the plot where to make Cam's master plan happen. She is also a social player. Sylvia is cool in the challenges, but her strength lies in her relationships, the people she knows, and she was one of the people that came in when it was an influx of new players. So I don't like, she came in around the time of like Ashley and Cam and all of them. So I think that helped and benefited her. So I like Sylvia. A lot of these people are kind of a little too young for me to be considered all stars. And
Werewolf Skeletons was the same season Corey did, right? Or was that Explosion Corey did?
Yeah, I mean, she's around the same time. So her group is still on the main season. So it's very interesting that they are bringing them to All Stars. I mean, this is going to make people
All Stars. Like Nia, I understand because she's like 10 seasons. Like she's in double digits of seasons or seasons removed or whatever the case may be because she's part of like Leroy's generation. So it's like, well, I understand Nia, she's young, but she's also old at the same time. But yeah, like them, Like y'all still wet behind the ears. Y'all like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But her
yeah.
elimination record, from what I see here, is 5-1. So she's a competitor. So
Yeah, it's what am I trying to say? Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, they're bringing on younger and younger competitors, and I wonder. I'm assuming it's because they want the all stars to be like very much interesting, very much high competition. So like at the same level as the past seasons of the regular challenge. So that they can possibly do old school versus new school. But half these people on this challenge are new school as well. So I don't understand how they can have them on here, but we'll see. And we'll see how Sylvia does. Next we have Tina. We just saw Tina in the last challenge, All Stars, where she like quit. She disqualified herself because she did not want to do the elimination. So that's what we last saw her as. If she is coming back for this next season, that'll be a chance for her to like redeem her challenge name.
um I'm not excited to see her. Like I said, I don't understand how you're going to say that you don't want to be in this house because it's bringing out a version of you that you thought you moved past. Yet if you do come back, it's like, what did you learn? Like,
Mm,
what changed? Because
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's giving you was just talking and you just didn't want to compete enough, the elimination. So
Yeah.
if that's the case, it's like you're just a quitter, basically. Like you just quit it because you didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
You was talking all that stuff. So
So you are not here for Tina coming back.
I am not at all.
So okay, so this is the last uh woman competitor we have, which is Veronica, again rumored. So this is Veronica. I'm not excited to see I'm not like upset or anything. It's I don't have any thoughts about Veronica coming back, like as far as anything, because I mean, the last couple times we saw Veronica, I think she went out fairly early, or she wasn't just like a main.
The layup.
Yeah, she wasn't a main plot point in the competition or anything.
Her
She's won
stats
before,
are, yeah, she
but
basically she won every final that she's been in besides one.
she hasn't
Um,
won in her later years, like because she hasn't won. But back in the day, her game in those games in general, the whole challenge back in the day was political and social. And Veronica was in the in group with Rachel and Coral and Paula and all those people. So those people were making it to the end no matter what.
she knows what she's doing. It's just like you said, her later season, she's been more of like, I think some with these like older vets, like the Johnnies, the CTs, the Veronicas, the Anissa, they rely too heavily on their reputation.
So now on to the men competitors. First up, we have Mr. Hulk himself, Brad. Um, so Brad, we last saw on the episode right before the finals of All Star Season 2 this past season. And him and Jody were thrown immediately into elimination by disqualification after he ripped up the boxes during the challenge. Brad is a good competitor. Like he's really strong. And he has pretty good alliances, and he's always had a pretty good game. I think one season he was running the game. I don't remember what season that was, but he was running the game that whole season. But in the past couple times we've seen him, he's been really quiet and just ready to compete. So I like Brad, and I think he will go pretty far. He's not somebody that's gonna get out the first challenge.
Yeah, Brad is another one who's more of the physical spectrum of a challenger. Overall, he is a good player. I think his political game needs a little bit more, I think, work because I think he played his cards too open, like his hand too
He's
open.
very honest. Yeah. Yeah. Which, yeah, yeah.
In this game, you can't do that. You gotta, like John A said, you gotta talk to the people and tell them whatever they want to hear.
Mhm. So next we have Derail. He is a 4-time champ. I like Derail, and I I root for Derail. I root for Derail. He's one of the guys I always root for. Unfortunately, he has not been able to like secure that fifth win in the past few seasons that he's done on All Stars and the main challenge. He hasn't been able to get that next win. So, he's always in my people that I hope makes it far and makes it to the final and could win.
Yeah. I feel like his gameplay is going to be different this year because I don't, based off the rumored cast list, he doesn't have too many people in the house that I would say he like may know. Because I don't think him and Kayla ever did a season. I think Kellyanne, because they did All Stars 1 together, and then you know what John A can do now. So I think that might play as a hand. But it's gonna be interesting to watch because, like you said, he's aware of what he's doing, and I think he really want that win again because he even said it this season that that was like, All Stars 1 was the first time that he's been in a final that he hasn't won or whatever the case may be.
Next we have Derek K. Yeah, Derek K. Um, Derek, I used to really consider him like an underdog, like super scrappy, and he can never be beat to me. Like like when he go into elimination, I'm like, oh, you're gonna lose. It's Derek. Um, the past couple challenges with him have not been as impressive as like his entire record, but like I said, he's the underdog, and he used to be anyways, and always pull up from behind and somehow pulls out a win. So I like Derek a lot. So I'm happy to see him come back. And last season and the season before that, I didn't like his character as much, or like just I didn't like the storyline with him as much because they had this weird thing that they were playing off with him and Nehemiah, and it was super strange because nobody as the audience, we didn't understand it. We didn't know what was going on. So hopefully that doesn't happen again this season. And they focus more on the game as far as he's concerned. So yeah, to Derek.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
He kind of left a bad taste in my mouth this season. So I'm not really. I'm just gonna play it by ear with Derek. I feel like he has the capability, of course, to him, Derail, and Brad are like the top guys. But we'll see. We'll see what we'll see what he's giving. But right now, it's a no for me, dog.
Yeah. So next we have, personally, if this is true, this is, if I had like 50,000 and it was like, who you think might win? Who you might put the money on? This is who I would put the money on. Okay. So the next person we have is Jordan Wisely. Okay, now I mean, this is why I don't understand why they putting these new school kind of people in All Stars. Jordan being on a challenge All Stars, I want to see it. But at the same time, to some of the people who haven't played the game in a while, it is a little bit unfair. He's very, very familiar with these challenges, very familiar with this game. He's been playing it, and his last season that he was on was Total Madness, which was in 2020. It just happened.
But yeah, Jordan is my guy. He's also like I see what you're saying, but technically, I guess if you want to go by like what is considered, I guess he will be in like he's in that all star like that. He's in that like that middle like it's a blur. It's a great
No,
space.
I don't feel like it's no blur. Jordan is, I mean, I think he is an all-star. If you want to go all-star players, he is an all-star. But when I thought all-stars, I thought they were
Older player or like retired players coming
yeah,
back.
like retired players, old school players, players that we ain't seen. Like, when they do like Dancing with the Stars, we know Sierra could dance, but we ain't going to get Sierra to go against like people who ain't danced in 40 years. You know what I mean? So but is Jordan is amazing. So that's why I said if I had the money and I was betting on the challenge, I would bet on Jordan for the male win or overall win if they did it that way. Yeah, he's great. And the one time, or not one time, he's lost before more than one time, but the most unfair one was,
Sure, he only lost twice. His record is 7-2.
yeah, because yeah.
And one
Jordan
of them we not counting.
Jordan generally makes it to the finals. He's won twice. Is it twice?
He won
3 times.
yeah.
He won on X's, Dirty 30, and World of World. And this is when he was still very much new, very much considered a rookie. Jordan is amazing. Okay. Jordan is amazing. And if I wasn't like so like diehard CT all the time, like as far as challenge stands go, Jordan would be the person I root for every single season if CT wasn't there. But yeah, I think it's unfair to bring him back. Frankly, I think it's unfair. Okay. Next we have Latarian. Latarian he must have talked to a PR coach or like a brand manager, because season 1, I was very much not about Latarian, very much didn't like his whole persona. But season 2, he was very laid back, very quiet, very mature seeming. Like I mean, I liked him.
Like with season 2, other things like, because if you really think about it, like on a like production standpoint, Latarian really wasn't in the season outside of like the King's Palace. So we can't really. So I think that helped him because he wasn't like the main focus. He was like a background character.
But even when, I just felt like he was, I don't know, I just really liked him in season 2. He seemed like
he didn't do nothing. We didn't see him, so it's like he didn't like season 1. He was getting confessionals. He was getting like FaceTime. Like we saw these conversations. Season 2, if he wasn't talking to like the King's Palace, we didn't see him.
I don't know. Don't try to downplay his growth, okay? But yeah, we saw him last season.
What I said.
We saw him last season. He got eliminated with his partner, which was Jasmine at the time. And before that, we had only seen him way back in the day, but he came back for All Stars 1 and 2. And if this is true, he'll be back for 3. So he'll be consecutive all 3 seasons, same as John A. So I like Latarian, so it'll be cool if he comes back for another season. Next up, we have the Godfather Mark. We last saw Mark on All Stars 1. They're pretty good. I was worried about All Stars because Mark has something to do with like behind the scenes of production, and I was like, if Mark wins this game, it's a setup. But he didn't win, and not to say that even if he would have won, it would have been a setup. But I like Mark. He's in super good shape. Like,
I mean, he's always gonna be in good shape.
Yeah, always gonna be in good shape. And so yeah, Mark is a really good competitor and good social player. People like Mark. They don't say
he's not in checks at this point.
He said he's not in checks. Yeah,
like that's the only reason I don't like Mark on this the All-Star. Like he's an All-Star, but like he got too much. It's just like you can try to say it's fair or whatever, but he got too much pull, and I don't like that.
I agree. I can agree with that. He got too much skin in the game on the production side and overall show side for it to be like somebody you ain't seen in 40 years coming back who been at home raising their kids, and you got Mark who gonna shake hands with the cameraman and knows all the producers and blah, blah. I can agree.
Checks, like I'm pretty sure he's making calls too. Like he got an office. Everybody else in that house, I don't care what you say. He's at a hotel, like chilling.
When cameras cut off, make sure you call me sir next time.
Where's my van? Come pick me up.
He don't stay at the regular house with them. It's for show.
Filming. It's just not fair. Like you can try to you can say it's fair all you want. Like you can say they treated him like everybody else, but I just don't. Like I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's executive producer, so he's like getting checks. Like because I feel like he's the one who did. Well, he basically created the show. He got a greenlit through his campaign or whatever. So it's just I just don't trust it. I don't care. I don't trust it because it's either y'all can never let him go to the finals or y'all can never let him win, because it's just like if they let him win, it's gonna question. It's just gonna make everybody question exactly how he got that win. Y'all talk about John A conspiracies. That would be like his win would just be invalid. So it's like he can't like. I just don't. Yeah.
He
Mm-mm.
just want to play. Okay, let him just play. He just want to play.
Throw him back in the main season where I know it's going to be fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So next we have MJ. Oh yeah, next we have MJ. MJ is the most recent All-Star winner with Janae. We hadn't seen MJ for a while, but previously in Real World and Challenge, when we saw him, I really liked MJ. This season, like I was with the King's Palace kind of, so I wasn't really on his team. But I still like MJ, so I'm happy to see him back. I want it to be more of a individual game. I would like to see him play by himself, see him do puzzles by himself, and see if he could win by himself. But I like MJ. He is not annoying.
I do like MJ. I feel like again he didn't really get too much screen time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would like it to be individual because I want to see what he is as a singular player instead of like, oh, I know him because he was Janae's partner and we root for Janae.
Yeah. But he is a champ outside of All Stars, so he has the chutzpah. So but it's something about these twos that he won Gauntlet 2, now he won All Stars 2. So maybe he just should call it quit and wait till wait till the OG 2 come out or something like, or new school versus old school #2, like season 2, like then he'll thrive again.
Yeah, so we'll see what MJ bring it to the table in All Stars 3. Next we have Nehemiah. Nehemiah is going for the triple appearances, All Star 1, All Star 2, All Star 3. And I'm here for it. I mean, Nehemiah and Derek, they got a energy that you either like it or you don't. And this past season, again, I was with the King's Palace, so I was rooting for him and Melinda. So we'll see what he's bringing to the table. He seemed like he'd be training hard, and but he just somehow this past season ended up in the minority alliance. So we'll see what happens with Nehemiah coming back.
Again, I just felt like he did too much this season. Like I like Nehemiah All Stars 1, didn't like him All Stars 2. Again, the only person I like from the King's Palace was my boy Tech. And now that I'm looking at this list, I'm a little disappointed. But yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he do All Stars 3.
Okay. And next we have Cyrus. Cyrus coming back. I don't know, because Cyrus heavily relies on his relationships because he's a little bit older than the other competitors, and so sometimes the challenges do seem very much challenging for him. So I don't know I don't know how I feel about Cyrus. I don't know.
Same for me. He didn't do much at All Stars 1 for me to like really get a grasp of him, but apparently he's a champ.
Moving on to Tyler. Tyler, I can't even remember. I know he was on this past season, but I just can't even remember his elimination.
He did the brawl against Laterian again for
oh yeah, that was unfortunate, Tyler. He's with the pole wrestle.
I feel like they setting Laterian up for what they do with Fessy. Like Fessy, every elimination get a hall brawl. I feel like every elimination Laterian gonna be in is gonna be a pole wrestle.
Yeah, because I was surprised because Tyler is a brick house. Tyler is like solid, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so I was like surprised that it was like Laterian. I mean, he put up a fight. It wasn't no easy task, but it was clear that Laterian was going to win that kind of. But I would like to see Tyler back again to get like more of him competing, and I would like to see him in a final. So yeah, Tyler. I'm happy about Tyler I'm happy about Tyler coming back.
I just feel like he didn't have a good showing this season because of everybody using him as a sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
With Jasmine, which is the only reason he got an elimination. And then it was just unfortunate. So he didn't have the good cards dealt to him this season.
Yeah. Okay, next we have Wes. I'm not so sure how accurate this is of him coming back, but So he might allegedly he might be back. I like Wes, whether it's on the main challenge season or All Stars. I like Wes. So anytime to have Wes back, I like it. He is entertainment. He whether it's scheming, plotting, commentary, Wes is good for it. So I like Wes, and I'm happy to see him.
Yeah. Like I said, like you said, I don't think this one is, everybody else seems pretty accurate. This one is kind of like left field.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if I want to see Wes in the All Stars house. I feel like the games that he play is just a little juvenile. And I just feel like I don't got time to deal with Wes and his antics. Like I like everybody in this like the All Stars group so far. Everybody had, there are moments where they was like, everybody's likable, and Wes is just like the outlier. He would be coming in as the villain, and nobody ever, at least in these last two seasons, been like a clear out villain.
And last but definitely not least, because he is a winner, we have yes. The most, I don't know what the word is, like he not deserving, but the most, I don't know, winner you're not mad at it. Even if you wasn't rooting for him, you're not mad that yes won. You know what I mean? He's super humble. I really like him. Yeah. And like I don't know if I was rooting for him that season, but when he won, I was like, that's all right.
I was definitely rooting for yes. After a while, I was like, him and Tech were my top two for sure. Again, hopefully this don't, because so far he's been undefeated in finals. He won both finals, but well, he only been in what, 2 shows or 3? Yeah, he only did 3.
He only did that one season. Yeah, this will be his 3rd, I think.
I think this will be his 4th, or because his original season was Roll Ruled.
He did 3 and a spinoff. What's the spinoff?
All Stars 1.
Oh, that's spinoff. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, anyway, he's undefeated in finals. Every final he's been in, he won. So, well, he only been in one. Well, yeah, one final he won that, and then All Stars he won that. So,
yeah. I'm happy to see. Yes, I really like him, and I think people are going to not like that he is there, not because of him as a person, but just because he's super strong. Like he's super like strong with endurance. As we saw in that final on season 1 of All Stars. Yeah, I don't think the guys are gonna be like too happy that Yes is back, because that makes it harder for them to win. But I'm happy Yes is back. He's not as like super like about the drama and entertaining as, in that sense. But if you're here to watch a competition to see somebody do really well, Yes is here for that. Those are all the people that they have listed for the alleged cast. Hopefully these are true. Most of them I'm pretty happy with. All of them. But those are all our thoughts and opinions on this rumored cast list. Leave your thoughts and opinions below on what you thought of this ensembled list of people. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you on our next video. Peace out.